Hello guys and welcome to CryptoCraver. In this episode we'll be looking at the CME gap and whether we should start paying attention to it when trading. Also we'll be analyzing the Bitcoin chart and the price of it, and we'll be looking at the 10-year chart for Bitcoin. Welcome guys to CryptoCraver. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Disclaimer, this video is not intended as financial advice and you should always do your own research before investing. So let's get into the video. So over the weekend, if we have a look at the Bitcoin price, we have been going up quite a lot. But as you know, on the weekend, the CME is closed and it forms a CME gap. So you see on Friday the 7th, we were at roughly 9,800. The CME closed, and on Sunday evening, which is 11 o'clock UTC time, the CME opened. And there was a big gap between 9,800 and 10,200. And as you can see, the gap got filled. So if we look at the 15-minute chart, you can see the candle filled all of the gap. You see there? So if we have a pump on the weekend, should we take note of selling it, let's say on a Sunday, because it's going to automatically get filled? So you see Friday, the CME closed around this point and the price rallied. And on Sunday, you see how it was the difference. So if you sold there and you knew that it was going to get filled, you could have bought in somewhere around here. And historically, CME gaps have almost always been filled. I mean, if you look at this one as well, it pumped on a weekend, and you can see that the Monday it pumped as well. But if you would have sold some round about there and waited long enough, the gap would have been filled. So if you sold somewhere around there, even there, you could potentially make a profit when it gets filled. And here as well, you can see there's a gap formed, and this is to the upside. So you see a gap formed, it went down, but it got filled right here. You see the gap there? It got filled here. So should we look at selling on, let's say if we have on Friday, the price like last week, closed somewhere here. If it pumps on a weekend, should we be looking at selling on a Sunday? Well, not necessarily, because it's very dangerous. Because sometimes, as you see the gap, I found a gap here. You see here, it hasn't been filled fully. So if you sold just on a Sunday, you could have just broken even but you could have missed out on these gains as well. So trading off of these gaps is not really advisable, because if you sold on a Sunday here, yeah, you could have made a bit of a profit of about $100, but it's not worth risking selling, like here as well, you can see. So I don't think we should trade off of CME gaps, because some of these gaps don't really get filled. So let's have a look at the long-term trajectory. This is a 10-year chart of Bitcoin. As you can see, it starts from 2010 July. We had the first bull market, then bear market, then another bull market, and then we had the 2014 bear market, and then we had the bull market of from 2015 to 2017, and now we had the bear market from 2017, the end of 2017 till the beginning of 2019. We had a premature bull market, then a little bit of a dump, and now we're heading into the halving, which is roughly at the 14th of May, so roughly at this point. I mean, usually in the halvings, the price does tend to go up. We have been in a consolidation for about half a year, but now we're starting to climb out of this. So this is the one-day chart on Coinbase, and as you can see, since last July, we've been in this downwards channel. And you see, we tested the top quite a few times, but eventually we managed to break out of it. Tested it again, the top of that channel we tested, which is great. We pumped above the 200 SMA, and now we are up here. So the next close I would like to see is above this above 11,000 roughly. If we close above that, that's very bullish. Obviously the next top would be about 11,300. I'll be looking to close up, and then obviously $14,000 I would like it to close. That would set us very bullish to test new all-time highs. New all-time highs are at $20,000 roughly, and if we obviously do test new all-time highs, then it would be very bullish. if we broke that. But as I said, that would probably be after the halving, most likely. Obviously with Bitcoin anything can happen, but we have tested new all-time highs always after the halving. So the halving occurred here, and then we tested all-time highs a few months later and eventually broke past it. Same here, the halving was here, 2016. Then we actually dumped a little bit and then tested new all-time highs a few months later. Actually half a year later, more than a year later, well, more than half a year later. So here as well, it would be very unlikely if we broke all-time highs by May. So the halving's on the 14th of May forecast, but because of the hash power growing constantly, the difficulty adjustment cannot keep up with that, and the mining date can go forward to the beginning of May or even the end of April if the miners still go up. So here we can see the hash rate going up. So this is last March. You can see it was roughly 43 terahashes, 43,000 terahashes, and now we are at roughly 120 terahashes, 120,000 terahashes. So you see, if the hash rate still keeps going up, they hash the 10-minute blocks much quicker. So the difficulty adjustment happens every few months, and it's struggling to keep up with the hash power. So if more miners go online because it's profitable, the hash power goes up. The more the hash power goes up, the quicker the 10-minute blocks gets solved or mined. So it can happen like 9 minutes or 8 minutes instead of 10. So the halving can happen earlier. But when you look at the long-term chart, it is still very bullish. I mean, we're still on a long-term trajectory. What I'm hoping is we don't break is this trend line. As you can see, this trend line has been holding for many years. We were on that trend line for a long time in 2015 till 2017. Then we broke off of it, done the bull market, bear market, we bounced on it, tested it many times, many months actually. We pumped above it for prematurely and then dumped back to it. And we tested it again, which is very bullish. And now we can start consolidating on that line. Hopefully Bitcoin goes up somewhere like here and then starts forming another bull market to the hopefully hundreds of thousands per Bitcoin. Anyway, I hope you like this video. As I said, this video is not intended as financial advice. You should always do your own research. If you like the video, like it. And if you want to see more videos like this or more videos explaining cryptocurrency, learning about cryptocurrency, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.